Hi everyone, it's Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. I'm your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane, Queensland. Hope you're having a fabulous Tuesday. I'm really excited to be here. It is my last Tuesday Night Lights before, actually last Tuesday Night Lights this month. So I'm really excited. So if you are watching, make sure you say hello. I haven't got anyone watching just yet, so we'll see who's going to join us tonight. It's lots of fun tonight. We are doing slider cards and spinner cards. So I'm a bit excited about that. So we need for... Hi Megan, how are you? Hope you're having a lovely week. I'm really excited for tonight's card. We are doing a slider card. Hi Glenda. Hope you're doing well too. Hope it's nice up there in North Queensland or Central Queensland. It's a bit cold here in Brisbane today. My feet are freezing. Got a bit of a lag on our video tonight for some reason. But yeah, so I'm going to show you two different cards. Yeah, it was, Megan. It really was freezing today and tonight. I was thinking, it was last week. It was so lovely and a bit like warmer, and I thought, oh well, that's okay. I'll start acclimatizing. Oh, that's great, Glenda. I'm glad you're good. All right. Let's see who else is watching. I can't see the last person. Now, if you're in one of my Facebook groups, make sure you click on the video itself and watch it from the Facebook page rather than the group, because if you're on the group, I won't be able to see your comments until after, okay? And I don't know what groups it shares to at the moment. It shares to weird things. All right. So we are going to make a slider card first. Now I've done some of the prep work because, like, I know some people want to be watching sport and stuff like that, and so I've coloured a little truck. That I punched it out. It's from the Trucking Along stamp set, and I've coloured some little presents as well, and they're going to go in the back of the truck. I've also just got a blue truck as well, a second truck. Yeah, I didn't have to stamp that, but I did it. I've got a piece of balmy blue, and this is, let's get the measurements, this is around about 5.5 inches long, and I trimmed the end. Oh, it's such a good set, Megan. I trimmed the end and made a banner end with that. Oh, it's 5.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. I've then got a second piece, and this is 1/2 inch wide by about 3.5 inches long. I've got my base card, which is 4 inches by 8 inches, and it's scored at 5 3/4 inches. So it's a side, going to be a side folding card. And now I've got a piece of balmy blue, and I sponged some of this paper, which is from the online extras, and stuck it onto my piece of balmy blue. I think it's 5.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches is the balmy blue, and then 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. Okay, all right. There's a fourth person watching, but I can't see who it is, so they must be watching from one of the groups. So yeah, okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a lovely little slider card. So, as I said, I have already cut I've stuck those 2 layers together. Now, on the back of the balmy blue, I've drawn a rectangle, and we're going to cut that out. I'm going to make it a little bit narrower than, actually no, I'm going to keep it that width. It's on the other one that I made it narrower. So let's get started. Oh, look, I even got my nails done just for you guys. So they're my Vegas nails. All right. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer. And if you have a craft knife or something like that, you could use that instead. And I am just going to cut a little slit, one slit. And then we're going to move it over again. And I'm going to cut another slit. Now we're not cutting it all the way to both sides. I'm leaving probably 1/2 inch on each side. And it's much easier to do the 2 layers together than it is. And I've done it a bit wider than I meant to, but that's all right. So you've got these 2 slitty bits here. Okay. All right. I didn't quite cut that far enough, so I'll just grab my scissors. It's really hard to see, to cut when you're not right over top of it. So I'm just going to cut the ends nice and straight. So this is a bit where we're going to put our slider. So it's not a slider like a burger slider. My husband was quite disappointed when I told him I was making sliders, and he realised, oh, I'm not making pulled brisket sliders, I'm making slider cards. Okay. All right. Hi, Jody. How are you? You're probably, I heard it was fine down your way today, and it was a beautiful 15-degree day. Oh, positively balmy. Okay. Now the second card I'm going to show you tonight is one of my swaps that I'm doing, and it's my very last swap. Okay, so I've got a little cut there, and it's probably not really what I want to have there, but I'm going to cover that up with an embellishment or something. All right, thank you. They're my Vegas nails. So I went to my nail technician and I said, I just want a little bit of glitter. So he went all out. I'm like, oh goodness. I'm like, okay, that wasn't, he doesn't know the meaning of the word subtle. And it's like, oh, great. Thanks for that. All right. Grab a little piece of scratch paper. All right. The other, we're using another stamp set as well. And it's the Brightest Glow. And let's see, where did I put that stamp? You're kidding me. Oh, well, we'll just use a different stamp. I wanted a nice, long, skinny stamp. And do you think that I can find where I put it? So we're going to use the season's greetings. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place our bit with the cutout just over top of our card. We're not sticking it on yet. Okay. He might be worth a cut lunch and dinner to go to visit. Yes, he might be. Well, it's not really that far from your place, Megan. It's only like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, maybe an hour on a bad day. He's pretty good. He because most people who go to him get acrylic nails, but I get the S&N powder, and that's nice. I like that a lot better. Okay, so I've got the dirtiest block on the planet. Let's turn this over and stick it down so it doesn't move. Got glue dots on the back of it. All right, so we know where we want. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can draw a little pencil box and then move that out the way, which I think we might do. I'm not feeling particularly confident today. It took me absolutely hours to do 10 swaps, and like really took me a long time, and that pencil didn't work. How can a pencil not work? Goodness me. Let's try again, hey? Oh, you only go 2 suburbs away, Megan? Yeah. Well, we go down the Gold Coast for ice cream, so, and that's a 45-minute drive. And well, some of our closest friends live 20 minutes away, and others live up at Noosa or Tewantin. Well, they live part of the time at Tewantin, the rest of the time in New Zealand, so it's about a 2 and a bit hour drive to go up and see them. But that's okay. I just dropped that off, and it's okay because you're not going to see that. Whew. Lucky it fell in the right place. All right, so I'm just using some Memento ink because that's what I have here upstairs. Now, I'm going to lean over this and hope you don't see my head. I'm just stamping between those 2 lines. Okay, nice and firm. Yep, that's not too bad. Don't just ignore that blotchy thing. That'll be covered up, so we're not going to freak out about that. It's always a good idea to have an eraser on hand, but if you don't, it won't matter because this bit of paper, bit of pencil will be covered up. All right. Oh, we do have an eraser. So I'm just going to rub that off. You have to go to Toowong on Thursday. Oh, yes. Well, our car still seems to be working, so I took it for a pretty big drive Sunday. I drove 45 minutes to the markets, then another 30 minutes to a different market. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, so you'll see how this is going to go together. Now, depending on what you're using for the slider, so we're using a car and we want it to go in the direction of the car. So you can use a photopolymer stamp as an eraser, yes. But, yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is first up, we're going to stick our presents into our little car. And so I've got a bit of tear and tape, and that'll just make it easy. Yeah. Okay. Right, so we've got a bit of tear and tape. I got the new toolkit for the take a picture, so it's got a nice little knife on it, but it's also got this like picky tool, like a bit like what they use to do the cricket stuff. Oh, it's got glue all over it already. And anyway, yes, this is the DSP Jody is on the online exclusives. And the other end of that is a nice pointy, fine pointy piercing tool. So I think that's going to get a bit of a workout. And so, yes, that little picky tool is, I've used it a lot today. So this isn't my swap for on stage. This is just something I thought you might be interested in, because in the new catalogue that's coming out, there is a curvy punch that does a similar thing to this bit that we're doing here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make a on the end of this piece here, we're going to, I've folded it in half, and that's sort of going to be like a stopper, okay? I'm going to stick these bits on first. Stick the other side of our car on. The reason I did two is just to wedge it together so that it's nice and secure. And I'm using way more tear and tape than I need. Probably could have used multi-purpose glue. So I'm really excited about doing this one. The circle thingy, I haven't used that yet. That's a perforation tool. I will use it though. It's good when you're doing those cards. Oh, they were really popular 10 years ago. People used to make these cards and they'd do a perforated edge and they would have a bookmark down one side. So people could peel off the bookmark from their card. And they were all the rage when we did it used to be convention here in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast. And I know one of my team members, she made a whole heap of them. Now you'll see that on my little truck, I actually went around all the edges, outside edge, with the balmy blue so that it sort of blends in with my card, right? So next step is we are going to, this will be our slider mechanism and our stopper. All right. So I think I will use that, Megan. But you could do like a decorative edge using that circle thingy or the perforation tool. Now we're just going to pop this on here. Now we want it to be straight, okay, and we want a little bit on the top and the bottom, okay. You love stamped images on your paper. Oh, that's from our mystery stamping on Saturday, or our craft along Saturday. Okay, so now we're up to the hardest part of it, and it's not hard at all. And this is where you need a ton of dimensionals. Well, not quite that many. So on the back of our card, we're going to do a dimensional on what will be the right hand side. So it won't go, we're going to actually do 3. Okay. Now if you had the whatchamacallit tape, the adhesive strips or foam tape, you could use those. All right. And I'm doing 3 at that side because that's the end, that's as far as we want it to go, right? Then I'm going to do another dimensional here, so not on the tape, and we might have to trim a little bit off depending if you've done it right. You can trim a tiny bit off the bottom, just because we don't want it to be seen. All right. So when you pull it, right, it'll go to there. All right, and these dimensionals here will stop it from going any further. I'm going to trim just a tiny bit more off. Okay. Now some people, when they use the adhesive strips, they will put an adhesive strip all the way along there. I don't think you need it for this particular card. The other one I'm going to show you, yes, I think you definitely will need it. But this one, not so much. Okay, so I'm really excited about this card. So Megan, did you see the craft along card I did on Saturday? Now, when you're doing this, oh, actually no, you don't want that there because you won't be able to, how silly was I? You wouldn't be able to move it if you put bits there. Oh, goodness. It's one of those days, people. So I'm doing a butt ton of dimensionals around the place. All right. So I'm going to take all of these off. No, I don't think it's Vegas mind, Jodie. I have got so much to do, and I got just literally 15 minutes before I came upstairs, I got my laptop back, and it's got a new hard drive, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. Steve's playing with it, and I'm like, oh, please don't play with it. because it seems to have, now my camera roll has got 50 billion photos on it that it didn't have before, and anyway, it's all good. At least I've got a new hard drive and it's working, and I didn't lose everything. I did lose some things, but not everything. Yeah, I think that might have to be my 3. All right, so we're going to just make sure that this is in here, right, when we put it in. So we're just going to pop this on. So when it opens, it's a bit wonky, but you'll see the season's greetings, right? Okay, so then you need to work out how far along you want your car to go. And do you want your car to go all the way off? So I originally had Happy Holidays, and I was going to stamp something inside as well. So now we need some dimensionals, and the dimensionals will help keep this straight as well. And the large dimensionals for this one. Yeah, it's going okay so far. Like, I haven't taken it for a drive to the coast or anything. I've got to go down the coast, I think Friday. I think that's what, it's either Friday or tomorrow afternoon. And I'm hoping that my girlfriend will drive, because I don't really want to drive. And she likes driving. So, might even be Thursday. I don't know. She hasn't told me yet. So, we're just putting 2 dimensionals on. So then this is our slider card. Now, this little piece here that you cut off, you could have stuck that on to your, that piece that you cut out. You could have stuck that on, so you would keep the pattern. But I don't think you need to. I think it's just fine just having the blue. So that is our easy peasy slider card. So how hard was that? Do you reckon you could try that one at home? We're catching an Uber to the airport, Megan. Yes, it's I'd love to get dropped off, but Mum and Dad are away, and I'm just not sure who else is free. Like, everyone's really busy at the moment. I suppose I could ask Vicky to drop me off, but yeah. It's not a cheap Uber ride, but it's cheaper than airport parking for 2 weeks. So yeah. So there we go. So there's a little car. And it needs a little bit of bling. So I've got the red and green adhesive back pearl. Oh, no, that's wrong, isn't it? That's completely... So these are actually not red and green adhesive back pearls. These are actually the festive pearls. So I don't know where that label came from. But it just needs a little bling on the car. So I'll use my little picky end, just a little bit. You don't need much. And yeah, I should cover that little bit up. And look, if you were doing something like the little monkeys or something, you could put some branches on the end there. And I'll show you the other one. And you'll see something completely different. I might just let's put a little silver thing in the hubcaps. So it's not a difficult card. probably the hardest bit is actually working out how wide that gap has to be for your sentiment and finding a small enough sentiment to go in that gap. Right. Okay, so that's our first card down. Are we liking that one? All right, now our second card, I'm going to show you the completed card first. Now, this is one of my swaps. Now, this is a spinner card. So, this is a spinner card, and it, come on, and it's not going to spin for me because this bit's not struck down right. There we go. So this is so fun. So this is a spinner card. No, isn't it cute? I just love it. I could just sit here and go da 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 all day. All right. So I've got a bit of this card done. Not all of it, just a little bit. Oh, and it's got a little matching envelope with it. So she's got a little, so the paper is from the Zoo Cruise, Zany Zoo, yeah, Zany Zoo, what do you call it, suite. So, and it's actually has, at this stage, has no stamping at all. So it's got so these are die cut from the paper, and then I just coloured in the skirt. I coloured in the hippo on this one, because the skirt was already coloured, and this one the skirt was already coloured, but I just coloured in the body. So right, and the background, let me talk about that. So I've half done this one. So again, I've cut out. Now, with this one, you want to make sure that this piece here, this hole, is not too wide, because the mechanism to make it spin is a coin, okay? Yeah, it took a while, Megan. I was colouring them last night. And so the die cuts are with from the Zany Zoo Crew suite, the Zany Zoo dies. These die cuts, now this is the holographic paper, which is part of the stargazing suite. So you've got the purple and the, so I did them both ways, and Steve told me I had to have this silver holographic bit on the front, and I have to say I do agree with him. All right, the background is it's a ruffle die, I think that's what it's called. All right, so what you need to do is you need to get your adhesive strips. So you'll need your little, where did it go? Don't tell me it went walkabout again. Oh, I found that stamp I was looking for. See, look, right there. Oh, goodness. One of those days. Okay, so I've got my, so even though I die cut this from the paper, I actually die cut a white one as well and stuck it to the back. And the reason I did that is so I want it to be a bit harder. I think you could even do 2 layers stuck to the back, which would make it a bit more durable. Okay, yes, it did take forever to make these. Okay, then you will need, now I used, and I think it's a bit silly, I used my, I had some American nickels that I used, but you could use a depending on how wide you make this slot, you could use just about any coin that you have. So if you've been, if you've been to like Bali or wherever, somewhere overseas, and you've come back with trashy coins that you can't exchange, you can use this. Now you want to have a nice, so this is the foam adhesive strips. 5-cent coins can work really well. I like a heavier coin. They're quite light and they're about the same size as a penny. Now I used mini dimensionals on this because I wanted to make sure that it spun really well. Like I made one that it was a bit wider, and I tried to use a normal size dimensional and it didn't work as well. So you just need to, so I've got a piece of the foam adhesive strip at the top and one at the bottom. Then I have it down two sides, and now I have it where I want my coin to stop. So it's hidden by that curtain that's on the front. And then I have my base and then another bit there, which is, just see how it's got maybe 1/8 of an inch extra. So it's got a bit of wriggle room so it will spin. Okay, so we're going to take all of these bits off. A 10-cent coin would work too. And you know what works even better than coins is washers from, you know, the metal washers that our husbands or men in our life seem to collect 50 billion of them. They work fabulously for this. I just didn't have a chance to raid the garage. Well, the garage is actually a bit scary. The rest of the house is pretty good. Waiting for the house sitter to come, but and because she's coming tomorrow to go through everything. But yeah, I'm a bit scared of the garage. Because to me, I think, well, you would need to have everything in its place and you'd be able to find stuff. Like, and Steve is such an orderly person, but his garage is not orderly. So this bit here is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the base card, so it's just a standard base card. Oops, I've dropped it. That's all right. So we've taken off all our paper. Oop, it's sliding through, it's sliding out. It's trying to run away. Okay, so we're just going to stick all that down until that coin just slides and spins nicely. All right. And so this is probably going to be the quickest Facebook Live ever. Hi, Vicky. Lovely to see you. I'm just showing people my swap card for Stephanie's babies and children swap at Backstage. And I'm just finishing off. This is the very last one. So now I've got a mini dimensional. I'm popping that on right in the center of my coin. I probably shouldn't have used American nickels or dimes or whatever they are, because I could use them next week. Okay, that wasn't particularly smart of me. Okay, now I'm putting a second dimensional over the top of it. Okay, now I've got my little die cut reinforced, I think it's a cheetah, we'll call it that. And I'm just lining her skirt up with the slit in my card. All right. And now she spins. Right. Oops, she's upside down. But I think she's pretty cute. And so how easy was that? So now I'm just going to finish off my card. Now, as you see, I've already decorated the inside. So this one's decorated a bit different. It's got a bit of wayward glue. So I'm just going to use my eraser and just take that glue off. So lucky I made 11 of these. This is the 11th one, so I get to keep one. Hi, Sherry. Oh, you're just waking up in Tampa. Oh, I wish I had enough time to come and see you, Sherry. I really do. I was really hoping that we would go a bit longer. But who knows, maybe I'll see you at another Stamping Up event at somewhere else. Maybe you'll come to Australia for one else. You're not going to Las Vegas, are you, Sherry? I was hoping you would be going to Vegas. I was hoping Meg would be going to, but she's having a knee op, so she can't come. All these people that I miss out on seeing. Okay, and then the last, I'll grab back our incorrectly labelled festive dots. I don't know, red and green adhesive back pearls. I don't think I've ever had red and green adhesive back pearls, but anyway, I'll just pick that up. And we'll put our little and I do think my other card, oh, it's $5.40. So this is, yes, Vicky, so this is 2 of the new attachments for your Take a Pic tool. And this is awesome for getting stuff out of detailed dies. And it's got a really sharp, pointy end. I wonder if that'll get my splinter out of my finger. Or the hook bit might. So it's got a nice, sharp, pointy end. And then it's got the then the other end is craft knife, or there's a rotary perforation attachment that you could use, but I've been using a craft knife because I was using it on this. So it'd be good for cleaning your trimmer too. Let's give that a go. Let's have a look. And then okay, so what Vicky means about cleaning your trimmer is that this little groove here gets heaps of, let's put it a nice term, paper dust. It's a bit like belly button lint, really. That's disgusting. So you're just going to run that through. That is awesome. That gets it all out. Yeah. Anyway, this is my backup trimmer. So mine always has lots of gunk in it. So yes, it's really great for that. Yeah, you can just scrape off the bits that... Isn't it good? Oh, bye Megan. Thanks for popping past. It was really good to see you. So that is so cool. It's such a good tool. And the other part of this one, this bit, is perfect size for, you know, when you get your die and you have to push it out because the brush doesn't work. Yeah. So I think everybody needs at least 3 Take a Pic tools. So one's for these attachments, one for the brush attachment, and the brush and the stylus, and one for the standard putty tool. So yes, I'm not sure how I'm going to take that on the plane. That might have to be checked luggage. All right, so let's go back to our first card that we did tonight, which was our little slider card. Now, do you think he needs a bit more bling and one in each corner, just to let's get my putty tool. So you can see this. Let's actually, well, I've got the two of them here. See the difference between the two piercy bits. So this one is much longer and thinner. So yeah. So I reckon that I would probably end up turning it around and using this end bit more than the other bit, or putting the stylus bit in. How good is that? Yes, but I love that little hook. It's perfect. Okay. You've seen this one used with a coin. Yeah, you could put a coin in it. I don't think you need to. Why would you need to? Just going to put a bit more bling on it. Well, I don't understand what the coin actually does if you're going to put it on, you know. I don't know what extra purpose it would serve. Probably it would serve the same purpose as maybe the stopper that we made. I don't know. If anyone can tell me what in your slider what the coin is, that would be fabulous. So this time next week I will be in Sedona, so I'm pretty excited about that. So when I don't have a Facebook Live next week, well, I'll probably be driving to Sedona. But I do like this one. So this was my version. Oops. Now, you need to make sure that if you're using die cuts like I've done with this one with the hologram paper, that's well and truly stuck down. So this is my two versions, and I think they're so cute. So, and yeah, they could just be a slider, but I think they. So I shared a video last Thursday of ones that I've done, Christmas ones I've done with snowflakes and a few other things. But I thought this one was really good for that spinner because she's like a little gymnast. And then the inside of these two are obviously different. And the reason that one's over that side is because that's where the paper finished, and that was my last one. So these are my swaps for the babies and kids swap, and it's called a show off swap. So yeah, well, I know she is supposed to be a ballerina, but she could be a gymnast. Except she's wearing shoes. They don't normally wear shoes. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have used my American coins on it, though. I'll need those. But it's all right. I've got heaps of pennies. Not that anyone takes pennies, I don't think. Oh. Anyway, so they are our cards. Personally, I like this one better. And that was Steve's choice with the Celebrate in the silver on the front. But yeah, there we go. So that was a quick Facebook Live tonight. And yeah, everyone, Yes, I am taking craft supplies, Vicky, because I'm doing a class with Kevin and Scott on the Friday night. So I am taking some supplies, and I might be finishing swaps on the way during the week that I'm travelling around. So yes, I shall try and do some Facebook Lives from the States and share some photos, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, hi Estelle, thanks for watching. We're just finishing up. Okay, so yeah, so it might be good. I'll probably be on the same time zone, a similar time zone to Sherry, so I might get to talk to you live again. All right, everyone have a fantastic week, and check your mailboxes later in the week if you've got if you're one of my regular customers, because your catalogue should be in the mail. I believe they've been posted, so they're winging their way. If you don't get it by the end of August, send me a message and I'll make sure that you've got one. All right. Until next time, happy creating. Bye for now.